go ahead and begin. I'd like to welcome each and every one of you to this very cool afternoon on August 12th, 2025.
Cold Springs.
Cold Springs. Today we'll review the action items that will be formally addressed next Tuesday, August 19th at 6 p.m. right here at City Hall. We'll have our city manager, Mr. Bill Burrell, to review those action items. Bill?
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board. You will have a guest that evening. Hot Springs Fire Chief Ed Davis will be here to recognize John Moore. John was selected by the Benevolent Protective Order of Elks as the Hot Springs Firefighter of the Year, so we'll be recognizing John during the recognition of guests. As well as under the city manager's report, our finance director Karen Scott will be giving her quarterly financial report. Moving on to your consent agenda, the first item is consider resolution R25-152, a resolution acknowledging receipt of the City of Hot Springs financial statements for June of 2025. And again, Ms. Scott.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Monthly financial statements are issued to keep city management and constituents apprised of the financial condition of the City of Hot Springs. The June 2025 financial statements will be linked to your board action request, and staff recommends acknowledging receipt of the June 2025 financial statements.
Any questions of Ms. Scott? Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we have considered resolution R25-153, a resolution authorizing a memorandum of agreement between the City of Hot Springs and the Hot Springs School District regarding contract payment for a school resource officer, and Chief of Police Billy Harberton will present. Bill.
Thank you, sir. This proposed agreement continues the school resource officer program that has been an effective and beneficial tool and provides enhanced security and well-being for students and teachers at the Hot Springs School District. The officers are involved in a variety of functions aimed at crime prevention. Besides being an active, high-profile law enforcement officer, the SRO is a mentor to students as well as a resource for teachers and administration. We'll add that we have had an agreement with them for over 20 years now. In this agreement, they would pay 75% of 9 months of the officer's salary. That has been the agreement all along. And that number is currently $56,890. There's no financial impact to the city. This is part of our annual budget. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Any questions of Chief? Thank you.
Thank you.
Your next item is consider resolution R25-154, a resolution awarding a contract to Gosley Construction Corporation for certain improvements to the utility supply building located on Adams Street. Mayor, this is a building on Adams Street where typically we have a pole barn. They would like to do some work to enclose that. It was bid out $25,040 for labor and materials to upgrade the existing utility supply building and to construct this new pole barn. Currently, only the improvements to the supply building on Adams Street fall within the available budget. 5 bids were received, tabulated. The bidders were Mitchell Brothers Construction, Austin Construction, Gosley Construction, Harper General Contractors, and Golden Standard Construction. Gosley Construction submitted the lowest bid, therefore staff recommends awarding the contract to Gosley Construction in the amount of $78,400 to complete the supply building improvements. Those improvements, there's a list of things that they'll be doing, and that'll be part of your board packet. The funds are budgeted in the operating budget, and we do have a certificate of availability provided by our finance director. Monty's here. We'll be glad to answer any questions if you have any.
Slide in at the last minute. Sorry about that.
Any questions for Monty?
Thank you, Bill, for covering for me.
Hearing none? Well, thank you. Great job.
Great job.
Moving on, consider resolution R25-155, a resolution approving a land lease agreement between the City of Hot Springs and Randy Tucker, doing business as Tucker's Auto Repair for .25 acres located at the Hot Springs Memorial Airport. And our airport director, Don Rollett, will discuss the item. Don.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Tucker operates Tucker Auto Repair Shop. It's not a body shop or anything like that. He's working on engines and transmissions, that type of stuff. And he's located at 501 Airport Road, which is near the or on the airport property. and he wishes to lease a pad, a hard pad behind the building in order to park his cars while they're waiting the maintenance coming in. Not being a body shop, it's not a bunch of wrecked cars sitting out there ready to be twisted and all that. It's mainly just engines and transmission, and he's just looking for a place to park them there. It's a congested area. It's out of the sight of Airport Road, and in your packet will be a picture, the Appendix A, that shows the site. It's a 1/4 acre, and it would be leased for 1 year with a 1-year option to renegotiate, should we decide to do that. And that would be $175 rent per month to the airport.
Any questions? Any issues with oil or fluids leaking on the concrete?
Not that I'm aware of. It is a concrete slab that they're parked on.
Any further questions?
Mayor.
Thank you.
Mayor.
Oh, I'm sorry. Director Webb?
Thank you, Mayor. That was one of my questions too, and the other was, and I might have gotten confused listening, but this is owned by the city, so we are leasing it out to Randy Tucker, correct, and not the other way around?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it's airport property, and he's wanting to lease that 1/4 acre
Okay.
next to his shop.
One of the concerns staff has was, we don't want it to turn into a long-term storage of vehicles that are needing repairs. So as we move through that in the contract, hopefully city attorney will be able to write some language in there that puts a time limit on how long a particular vehicle may be stored there. Otherwise, we could turn into a situation where we have a 1/4 acre of cars that are just waiting. So we are aware of that, and we'll be trying to address that in the contract.
Any additional questions? Thank you.
Next is consider resolution R-25-156, a resolution approving a lease agreement between the City of Hot Springs and Carco Carriage LLC for operations at the Hot Springs Memorial Airport. And again, Don.
This is a new lease for Carco. They operate as Hertz. They've been there since at least 2014. And so this is just a renewal of the lease that they've had in the past. Currently, it's a 2-year lease with two-year extensions included.
Any questions on this item?
Mayor.
Director Webb?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. Will the terms of agreement be included in our packet for the lease?
In the packet, the lease agreement itself will be in there.
Thank you.
And there'll also be exhibits with the areas that they cover. They have the counter space in the terminal, they have a wash building, and then the grounds around the wash building.
Are there other rental businesses inside of the terminal too, besides Hertz?
Enterprise is there. They maintain an area, though they don't man it. They operate out of their downtown office. I talked to them a couple of months ago, and they were planning on moving the operation to the airport, to the area that they already lease.
Is the area that's currently there for Enterprise, is it enough to do what they need to do if they man it? Or would they need to lease more space?
No, it's the same place. They used to man it in the past,
Okay.
and then they moved all their people down there. It's the same size as the Hertz
Okay.
area.
And you have a escalator clause, or is they leasing it at a?
There's CPI.
There's CPI like all the other leases.
Okay, thank you. Any additional questions? Thanks.
Thank you.
Next item is consider resolution R-25-157, a resolution awarding a contract to Gosley Construction Corporation for the 2025 stormwater drainage repairs and improvements. This is in the amount of $390,482, and our Public Works Director, Ron Seabright, will discuss the item.
Good afternoon. This project will include 5 different projects. We have Carson Street in Winona, Darby Alley, 3rd Street, Virginia Street, and Bank Street. These are all failures that connect to our public system that will be repaired. We had 3 bidders for this project. Gosley Corporation was the lowest responsible bidder at $390,482. Square One Enterprises was $668,350, and Steep Creek was $639,771.50.
You know, when you get these huge variances, is there anything that the Gosley Construction might have missed, or is there some?
No, they've done quite a bit of work for the city. We got a lot of confidence that they looked at everything. The plans are pretty simple. There shouldn't be any changes to them.
Thank you. Any additional questions? Thanks.
Thank you.
Next, we have considered Resolution R-25-158, a resolution authorizing a contract for professional engineering services with Brown Engineering LLC for the required SCADA system components for the Davidson Drive wastewater treatment plant system integration, and that is in the amount of $382,559. And Todd Pillar, our assistant or our project manager, will discuss. Todd.
Thank you and good afternoon. This is a resolution for the Brown system integration. So Max Foot Construction is out there working at Davidson Drive wastewater plant, and they're putting in blowers, aeration, chemical feed, clarifier, UV equipment, a new generator. All this stuff needs to come back so Monty and the guys at the plant can see what's going on. And Brown Engineers, they are also going to supply all the components that are required for the SCADA system. And it is in the amount of $382,559, not to exceed. And it will be coming out of the 2023 board-approved wastewater bond fund, which is account number 449. I'm sorry. Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. My mistake.
What Karen mentioned, it's the 2025 bond fund.
Yeah.
Any questions of Todd? Very good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Director Webb?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. So was the mentioning of 2023, that was just a
That's my
clerical
mistake.
error? It did come out of 2025, or will?
It will.
Or will?
It will. Yeah.
Okay.
That was my mistake. I'm sorry.
All right. Thank you.
Next item will be your first item under new business. It is a resolution, and it's considered Resolution R-25-159, a resolution awarding a bid to Redstone Construction Group, Inc. for Phase 2 of the Taxiway A and B Shift Project at Hot Springs Memorial Field Airport. This is a big one. It's in the amount of $4,770,271.90, and our airport director, Mr. Rowlett, will again present.
Okay, as briefed earlier, this is Phase 2. This is the larger of the 3 phases for the taxiway shift. It's a 95-5 split with FAA, state, and local. The FAA will do the 95, which is going to be $5,047,426. Arkansas State will do a grant up to $250,000 on this one. That's their cap for this type of work, which will leave a local requirement of $15,655. There were 2 bids that were received on that, and Redstone was the lowest bid with the 4.77.
Anybody have questions?
No.
Director Trustee?
Don, you said, thank you, Mayor. The FAA was $5,047,000. The amount we have is 4,770,000.
The 4,770, that's the contractor's bid for that. But that does not include some of the Garver
Engineering.
advertising and administrative
Right.
type.
Okay,
So
thank
when
you.
you add that in there, then it's just over $5 million.
Very good, thank you.
Director Trustee, part of this was discussed in a previous board meeting
Right.
about the grant application.
Right.
And so the state's portion of it is capped at 250. So that's why there will be a portion of local match of 15,000.
If we can get $5 million worth of work for 15,000,
That's right.
let's do that.
Any additional questions? Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Last item, which will be your only ordinance of the evening, it's ordinance consider ordinance O-2532, an ordinance amending Hot Springs Code, Title 16, Chapter 2, ordinance number 6513 as it pertains to accessory dwelling units. And our Planning and Development Director, Ms. Selman, will discuss the item.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The State of Arkansas 95th General Assembly passed House Bill 1503 on March 18th during the 2025 regular session. This legislation is now known as Act 313, and a need exists to align the city's accessory dwelling unit, ADU, regulations in the Hot Springs Code, Title 16, Chapter 2, which is the zoning code, with this legislation. And the changes are adding accessory dwelling unit as a permitted use in the CTR zone district, removing a prohibition in cottage court developments, increasing ADU minimum size from 750 gross square feet to 1,000 gross square feet, or 75% of the floor area of the primary residential structure, whichever is less. Making setbacks for an ADU the same as for the primary residence in the zone. Making the maximum height of a detached ADU the same as a principal structure in the zone district. And amending ADU definitions to be the same as Act 313 to include that an ADU is to include its own cooking, sleeping, and sanitation facilities. The recommendation to Planning Commission was, after receiving public testimony and discussing the item, to recommend that the Board of Directors pass an ordinance amending the accessory dwelling unit, ADU, regulations found in Hot Springs Code, Title 16, Chapter 2, the zoning code, to align with 2025 State of Arkansas legislation, Act 313. Planning Commission, at their duly advertised public hearing on July 10th, 2025, voted 7-0 after calling for testimony and considering the record to accept the staff report findings and to recommend that the Board of Directors approve the ordinance.
Any questions for Kathy on this item? All right, well, we look forward to the full report.
Thank you.
Mayor, that does conclude the items for your August 19th meeting. Do want to remind the board of our 4 o'clock work session tomorrow afternoon, where we'll be going over and hopefully discussing and coming out of that meeting with staff direction on your 2026 goals.
Well, I know that this is streaming live and not necessarily part of any agenda, but the National Park Service is having a special announcement next Tuesday at 10 o'clock at the Maurice Bath House. So there's going to be some activity going on down there, and public's invited to attend. I think, Bill, you're on the agenda to say a few words. Myself, I think
Mr.
Congressman Westerman will be there. Head of the National Park Foundation will be there, and
National Park Regional
Director from Omaha will be there. So there'll be, outside of you and me, there'll be some heavy hitters there. So
That's at 10 a.m.?
10 a.m., yeah. Very good. Anybody else have anything you'd like to offer? Hearing none?
Orva.
Pardon?
Orva is Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. Orva Water
Oh,
Conference.
is that this week?
Yeah.
Next
Mhm.
week? This week?
This week.
Thursday and Friday.
Very good. All right, we
On the
are
order.
adjourned. Thank you.